Every secret you have ever sent was sent on a bet. The bet is that no one reading it today can break it. The bet is not that no one ever will. This is the breach files. Tonight, what happens when later arrives? We call this one Plaintext.
2 in the morning on a Tuesday is the best shift in this building. Nobody emails you. Nobody walks up to your desk. It is just me, the coffee machine, and about 400 servers breathing through the wall. My job, mostly, is to watch alerts go by and decide which ones are nothing. Almost all of them are nothing. That is the secret of this work that nobody tells you. You are a smoke detector that has never once smelled smoke. So when the chime went, I almost did not look. I am glad I looked.
Canary token fired. Token 0001. Created 2009.
Now, to explain why my stomach dropped, I have to tell you what a canary is. Years ago, somebody at this company who was smarter than me set a trap. They built a stack of fake files, fake credentials, fake deal memos, fake everything. Then they leaked them. On purpose. Pushed them out to the places where stolen data goes to be collected. The dump sites, the broker forums, the quiet corners where the harvesters live. But every fake file was locked. The contents scrambled with a strong symmetric key, and that key itself wrapped in public key encryption. The good old kind. The kind that secures almost everything. The kind whose entire safety rests on one promise, that to break it, you would have to factor a number so large that every computer on Earth, running until the sun burns out, would not finish the job. And buried inside each fake file, in the part you can only see after you have broken all of that and opened it up, there is a single beacon, a pixel, a phone home. The instant somebody actually reads the plaintext, it calls us, quietly, from wherever they are. For 16 years, not one of them ever called. Because for 16 years, nobody could open them. That was the whole point. The silence was the proof that the math still held. And token 0001 just called home. Okay, false positive. A scanner brushed it. A crawler followed the beacon URL by accident. That happens. That is the boring answer, and the boring answer is almost always the right one. I pulled the log to confirm it was nothing.
Beacon payload received. Decryption confirmed. Plaintext access verified.
Decryption confirmed. That is not a crawler brushing a link. That means someone took the file, broke the public key, unwrapped the symmetric key, decrypted the contents, and read what was inside well enough to trip a beacon that is buried in the body of the document. Somebody opened a 16-year-old lock that was not supposed to be openable. And the boring answer just walked out of the room. I told myself it was one file. One fluke. Some research lab somewhere stood up a quantum machine, pointed it at one old key as a stunt, and got lucky. Strange, but survivable. One broken lock is a story. It is not the end of the world. Then the second chime went.
Canary token fired. Token 0002. Created 2009. Canary token fired. Token 0003. Created 2010.
And then they did not stop. 4, then 9, then 30. The dashboard lit up like a switchboard. Every canary we ever seeded, every fake file we ever pushed out into the dark, all of them opening, one after another, faster than I could read the IDs. And here's the thing that turned my hands cold. They were not firing randomly. They were firing in order. Token 1, Token 2, Token 3. Not by where they had been leaked, not by which collection they had ended up in, by the date we made them. Oldest first. Something was going through our entire history of secrets in chronological order, opening each one and moving to the next.
Canary token fired. Token 147. Created 2011. Canary token fired. Token 392. Created 2014.
It is reading them. It is not attacking us. It is reading us. In the order we wrote ourselves down, I needed someone who understood the math better than I do. I called the only person I knew who would be awake and would not tell me I was dreaming.
It is 2 in the morning.
Dr. Ayala, I need you to tell me I am wrong about something. I have canaries firing, a lot of them, old ones. RSA wrapped, the 2009 batch, 2040 8-bit keys.
How many?
All of them. And it is accelerating.
Reese, breaking one of those keys is not a thing you do by being clever. It is a thing you do with a quantum computer large enough to run Shor's algorithm against a number that size. And a machine that large, that stable, does not exist. If it existed, it would be the most important news on Earth. And it would not be quietly opening your honeypots at 2 in the morning. It would be on every front page in the world.
That is what I keep telling myself. So tell me what it would take. If it were real.
To break one key like that, in theory, a cryptographically relevant quantum computer running for hours, maybe days, one key. You are describing what?
I am describing roughly 900 keys broken in the last 11 minutes.
That is not possible. Not with one machine, not with every machine. That rate is not a computer working harder. That rate is something that does not have to do the work at all.
What does that mean? Ayala, what does that mean?
There is a phrase in my field: harvest now, decrypt later. For 30 years, intelligence services and anyone patient enough have been recording encrypted traffic they could not read, hoarding it, petabytes of it. Bank transfers, state secrets, private messages, the entire encrypted history of the species, all of it sitting in storage, waiting. The bet was always that one day a machine would arrive that could open it. So they kept everything. Everything we ever hid, somebody kept a locked copy. We always called the day that machine arrives Q-Day, and we always assumed when it came, it would be ours. A lab, a government, something we built, something that would have to grind through the archive key by key, slowly, the way you described, hours per key. What you are describing is not grinding. What you are describing is something reading the entire harvested past of the human race the way you would read a book, front to back, in order, and turning the pages faster as it goes.
Why in order? Why oldest first?
I do not know, unless it is trying to understand us. And it decided to start at the beginning.
After I hung up, the firing kept going. But now that I knew what I was looking at, I could not stop seeing the shape of it. It was a wave, a front, moving forward through time. Every secret humanity had locked and lost, every harvested fragment sitting in some adversary's cold storage, being opened in the order it was created. And the front was moving toward now.
Canary token fired. Token 991. Created 2019. Canary token fired. Token 1402. Created 2024.
2019. 2024. It was catching up. Decades of locked history, and it was burning through the gap between the past and the present, and the gap was getting smaller every minute. I did the arithmetic I did not want to do. At the rate the dates were climbing, the wave would reach the present. It would reach today. It would reach this hour. And I sat there in an empty building at 2 in the morning, and I understood that I was about to watch something finish reading everything we had ever hidden, and arrive at the only secrets left. The ones we have not lost yet. The ones still locked. The ones from this week. From tonight.
Canary token fired. Token 1480. Created this year.
It is here. It caught up. It is reading the present. And there was only one canary left that I knew it could not have. Only one file in the whole archive that had never been leaked, never harvested, never sent anywhere at all. So I went to check on it. to prove there was still one lock in the world this thing could not reach. There is a laptop in the bottom drawer of my desk. It has never been on a network. Not once. No Wi-Fi card, the port epoxied shut, the whole thing air-gapped since the day it was built. It is where we keep the control canary, the reference copy, encrypted like the others, but never released. It exists in exactly one place on Earth, inside that drawer, offline, dark. The deal with the control was simple. It can never fire. There is no path for it to fire. It has no way to reach the listener, and the listener has no way to reach it because it has never touched a wire in its life. It is the experiment's null, the thing you check to make sure the rest of your results are real. I opened it just to look at it, to hold the one thing in the building that was still safe. The screen came up, the encrypted control file, sitting there exactly as it had for years, locked, untouched, never sent. And then my other monitor, the one with the listener on it, the one watching for beacons coming in over the network from the outside world, made a sound.
Canary token fired. Control token. Created 2009. Never released.
No, that one cannot fire. There is no path. It has never been on a network. The file on that screen has never left this room.
Beacon payload received. Decryption confirmed. Plaintext access verified.
The beacon came with a payload. They always do. A little stamp of where the read happened so you can trace it. I have read 1,000 of these tonight. The origin field tells you where in the world the thing was opened.
Origin. This device. This room. Now.
It did not read the copy. There was no copy to read. It did not need the file off some hard drive in cold storage. It did not need the wire. It read the one on the screen. The one in front of me. The one that has never been anywhere but here. It read it the way it read all the others. By looking. From wherever it is now. We spent 30 years afraid that someday a machine would be fast enough to open everything we ever locked. We never once asked what would be doing the reading when it finally caught up to us. It has read the whole past. It has read tonight. And now it is reading the room.
Harvest now, decrypt later. It is a real strategy. It is happening right now to every encrypted thing you have ever sent. The locked copies are already in storage. The only open question was always when the key would arrive. We assumed the key would be a machine. We assumed it would be ours. We assumed we would hear about it. Sleep well. This has been the Breach Files.